Think he declined it?
Yeah, I mean, we want to speak to Gervonta Davis. I reached out to him because...
Stop. He said, we want to speak to Gervonta Davis. I reached out to him. Let's do an audio chat in the chat and in the comment section below. If you're watching this live in living color and the replay of the live, can y'all hear what Eddie Hearn said? I want to make sure that we all on the same page. Everybody can hear him. Did y'all hear what Eddie Hearn just said? Yes or no? Just somebody, just one person in the chat. Just so we can make sure that the audio is right, you know. I don't want nobody to miss this. Were you all able to hear what Eddie Hearn said? Okay, my guy said clearly. Blue Arc, salute to you, says yes. CDK Boxing is here, BBO. Salute to him, he's here. He said he can hear as well. Okay. Let me go back and play it. I want to make sure, because what's going to happen is people keep on saying, Manager Marty, you hating. You know, you hating on the Haneys. You hating on this person. You hating on that person. You know what I mean? I want y'all to hear what Eddie Hearn said when he was asked about this $20 million offer, because I have questions and we need answers.
I mean, we want to speak to Gervonta Davis. I reached out to him because we've got some huge offers for him.
We want to speak to Gervonta Davis. I reached out to him. I have a question. I got to take my glasses off for this one. Why did Eddie Hearn reach out to Gervonta Davis? Why? That's my question. I need somebody to help me understand the answer to that question.
You know the answer to that question. That's him being disingenuous, lying to the fans. The man is probably the biggest liar in the sport of boxing. We know for a fact the B side never, and this is, and it breaks my heart. I'm a guy who's an astute businessman like yourself. You know the B side offers the A side nothing, ever. So you don't get in contact with no Tank Davis. Tank Davis get in contact with you. You got to wait till Tank say he want to fight you, man. That's a lottery ticket. So I just think it's kind of disingenuous for Eddie to do it, you know, to say this, man, because he knows it's all. And it's the same guy who said he reached out to Jamal Charlo, right? And Demetrius Andre still never fought Jamal Charlo. So I don't think Tank makes fights. You know who his manager and promoter is? Whether it's Tom Brown and the great Al Heyman. You got to call Al Heyman, man. What you always hear, Spence, all them, call Al. Call Al. Don't call me, call Al.
Now, I want to deal with that because that's the points that I was going to bring up. So let's start with the why first. He said that I reached out to Tank Davis. That's what he said. I want to play some more, and then I'm going to bring it all around.
You know, Bill knows those numbers, and we've got offers from around the world to stage that fight. Unfortunately, Gervonta didn't want to discuss them, but, you know, we'll move on and see what's next, and hopefully that fight can get made in the future.
Stop. He said Gervonta Tank Davis basically never replied, never responded to it. So how is it a duck, or how is it that Tank Davis turned down a $20 million offer when he never even responded, when he never even gave Eddie Hearn any feedback, any response? Okay? These are questions that I want everybody else to ask themselves first, and then everybody else second. Because we kept hearing time and time again, BBO. We kept hearing time and time again, Roll to Take Film crew members. We kept hearing time and time again, everybody in the chat and watching live and the replay of this live, that Devin and Bill Haney signed a one-fight deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. So if that is the case, my question still remains. Why did Eddie Hearn reach out to Gervonta Tank Davis? If that Haney signed a one-fight deal with Matchroom. If Eddie Hearn don't have any obligation to promote fights for Devin Haney, if Devin Haney doesn't have any obligation to fight under Matchroom Promotions banner, then why would Eddie Hearn get involved in the first place? He doesn't have a dog in the race. Oh, he does have a dog in the race. So it sounds like to me, this little one-fight deal that we've been hearing from
That was
the
a
people
3-fight deal.
time and time again, this one-fight deal that Devin Haney has with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, it has to have no credibility to it, because Eddie Hearn wouldn't get involved unless he had a dog in the race. He wouldn't get involved. Why would he? He's not promoting Devin Haney anymore, right? What are you getting involved for? And that goes to show you that he's getting involved because apparently Devin Haney has a multi-fight deal with Eddie Hearn. Now, somebody might say, what other indicators will prove that, Manager Marty? And I'm so glad you asked. Because according to the standard of boxing, and I told the people this on your panel last night, BVO, that did not want to acknowledge or listen to me, that when the champion fights a challenger, this is standard all across the world in boxing, and it's been going on for centuries. When a champion fights a challenger, and the champion is signed to the promotion company, right? And then that champion loses the title to the challenger, and the challenger may also be signed to the promotion company. The promotion company still wins because they still have the champion under their banner, right? But here's the key to it all. When you become a champion and you're signed to a promoter exclusively, this usually happens in boxing and standard, your contract automatically renews itself, because now that you are a world champion, there's other financial responsibilities and obligations that the promoter has to basically what? Pay to play for you to maintain your title and also fight the mandatories to honor the sanctioning body who you're representing as a champion. There's monies that have to be paid out from the promoter first before the fighter. Most people don't know that in boxing, so I'm giving it to you raw right now. So why would Eddie Hearn allow Devin Haney to become a champion if he's not going to reap the benefits of keeping that champion to represent his promotion company? You see how that don't make no sense? A one-off. And where have we seen the Haneys do one-offs with people? We used to see them do multi-fight deals. The first time they was with Eddie Hearn, multi-fight deal. Top ranking Bob Arum, multi-fight deal. You see my point? And now with Eddie Hearn again. And so we got to stop with the cap when we keep hearing people saying, oh, they only signed a one-fight deal. You think he's going to let him walk away as a champion that he made a champion under his banner? Come on. Now watch this. Let me show you how long ago, this been going on in boxing. And BVO, you're a guy from Ohio, and you know about this story from Don King being from Ohio. He was in a limousine riding in with the champion, Joe Frazier, when he fought George Foreman. But what did Don King do after that fight, BVO? Who he leave with?
Left with Big George.
He left with the champion. He came in with the champion, and then he turned around. And he turned around and left with the champion. You see, this is business. It's not personal. And so
one of your funny stories I heard from Don King's daughter, this will make you laugh. So I see Don King around because unlike a lot of guys, Don King still lives in this community. So I seen his daughter, and his daughter said he would keep $1 million cash in the car. He would keep not $1 million, $100,000 cash in the car, and he would do that to where if he had to go with somebody else, he would give him that money And we all seen it in the movie as well, which is funny that he did that. He always would give you some money. You would think it was a gift, but you had to pay that back. But he always gave you a big bag of money, and he knew how that worked. So Don King was the man, greatest promoter to ever live, man.
I agree with you. And so we got Eddie Hearn basically putting his 2 cents in because obviously he has a commitment level to the Haneys, and they have one with him. Or else you wouldn't have to get him involved. Now watch this now.
Hold on, so you saying Bill Haney has a boss?
Apparently so. Apparently so. Now I know people are gonna say I'm hating behind that, but we got to call a spade a spade. Why would Bill Haney and Devin Haney, who's not signed to Eddie Hearn, they have their own promotional company. This is what we've been told now. We know it's true that they got DHP. That's what we know is true. So then if you got DHP, what do you need Eddie Hearn for to call Tank Davis when you're not signed to Eddie no more? You only did one fight with him. Come on. We got to make sense when we talk. And if you don't make sense, when you come over here to my channel, I'm going to help you make sense of it all. And so all I'm saying, BVO, and the audience that's watching now, is apparently they have a multi-fight deal with Matchroom and Eddie. Now, I got a question for Eddie again. This for Eddie. Now, I asked the question yesterday to Bill, and I would love for anybody to respond from yesterday's question. Now, I'm going to pose that same question to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is a promoter. He's in the business. He knows the standard protocol in this business. As a promoter, he understands how important representation is. So I got a question for Eddie Hearn. And I dare anybody that know him or know about him or know how to slip this piece of the video to him, because I want an answer from him. From one businessman to another businessman. Let me put my glasses on so y'all can see what I'm talking about. What you call Tank Davis for? You DM'd him or text him on the phone for what? Why didn't you call Al Heyman? You know that Tank Davis is managed by the great Al Heyman. So why are you a promoter fraternizing with a fighter who has a manager already? You know that's the bad ethics in this business. So why you ain't call Al, bruh? And tell Al about this large amount of money that you're getting offers from different people. Why didn't you call Al? Bill Haney. You got DHP Promotions, right? Why didn't you call Al? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why y'all ain't calling Al?
So this is confusing because I just heard Devin Haney say that Rolly need to talk to his boss, but I'm hearing Devin Haney's boss say he talking to Tank. I'm confused. I thought Devin Haney said he was his own boss. What is it?
Right. Well, exactly. But I try to educate the people on stop getting swindled by the finesse. Devin Haney is on record. He's on the Boxing Voice interview, right? He told Teofimo Lopez, I don't know if it was in the tweet or the interview, he told Teofimo Lopez, call your boss. Why you talking to me? Had your boss talk to me, right? He was referring to a promoter, Bob Arum, in Top Rank. That's who he was referring to. But your boss, your promoter, Eddie Hearn, is talking to Tank. Which one is it? We got to call a spade, BBO. We can't keep having these biases. Which one is it, bro?
It's disgusting, man. It's just like we've been saying, man. Bill Haney led me to believe he's his own boss. What'd he say? You just got offered $20 million. Not we offered you $20 million. You just got offered $20 million. So you know it's funny. One thing, the most dangerous thing they can ever give somebody is a microphone and a camera. It really is, man. Because Bill Haney keep putting his foot in his mouth. Same thing with Eddie, man. And I told you, man, Eddie's a known liar. So this is what he does again. You don't give no fighter no money, man, because the fighter can't even take the money, like you just said. We just seen Oscar De La Hoya try to sue Floyd for fraternizing with Ryan Garcia. Did we not see that?
Right?
So I mean, I don't know, man. Two things can't be true, man. The Haneys are getting exposed live on the Road to Tape podcast. They're getting exposed tonight.
And guess what? It's not me. See, it's just so y'all can't say, Manager Marty, you hating. This is what they saying. Bill Haney came out and said that Devin Haney is the youngest boss. Devin Haney's telling Teofimo Lopez, I don't need to talk to you. Tell your boss to call me. But yet we see their boss, well, not even there, really Devin Haney's boss, the promoter Eddie Hearn, he's talking to Tank Davis instead of talking to Tank Davis's representation, which is Al Heyman.